There are fireworks, and then there's what's in store for Saturday. When the sun goes down in D.C. on Independence Day, the skies are expected to fill with a record-setting 850,000 individual fireworks. A 40-minute spectacle like no one has seen before. What are we looking at here? Are these the ones that go big boom, or the ones that make a pretty crackle?
So the ones here on your right are 5-inch display shells. That's going to go up about 500-600 feet in the air. Break.
Rocco Vitale is the president of Pyrotechnico, the company producing the show.
What makes this fireworks show special in the history of the country, but also the history of your family?
I mean, it's the biggest show we've done. My earliest memories of fireworks displays and doing the 4th of July was here.
They've been planning this year's show since January, using computers to simulate the display. But now it's time for the real thing.
And you can see there's a ton of fireworks out here.
Vitale gave us an exclusive look at his not-so-secret weapons. 8 barges out on the Potomac, each one ready to light up the night sky.
Each firing location has a communication device, and it's all set on GPS. And once the time of the show is put into the system, it goes at that time.
A whalebone, a vial of sand, and an iPhone 17 Pro Max are just 3 of the hundreds of artifacts now sealed inside an official America 250 time capsule to be buried in Philadelphia very soon. The capsule is a 900-pound steel chamber, and on July 4th at Independence National Historical Park, your federal government, ladies and gentlemen, will bury it until America's 500th birthday in 2276. Mark your calendars. Inside is a bric-a-brac bonanza of artifacts from all states and territories, the major sports leagues, and a whole bunch of big businesses, too. The Supreme Court submitted a pocket constitution signed by the justices. Major League Baseball threw in an opening day lineup card, and Nevada contributed gambling chips. But West Virginia got it right, in my opinion, because instead of a letter from a politician, it included an essay from a recent high school graduate addressing everyone from the founders to folks way in the future. Democracy remains alive, she wrote, but it's not effortless. It requires participation, empathy, and renewal from each generation. Well said, Alyssa Dalton.
When people read this 250 years from now, what is your one wish or hope that they take away from it?
I hope that they realize how grateful they should be to live in America and how they should use their talents to better help their community, their country, and the world.
We're not a perfect nation, as Alyssa admits, but we are an ongoing one, as she writes, and that sure beats the alternative. We're back with the good stuff, and if you think the founding fathers were a bunch of old guys, you're wrong. Alexander Hamilton was 21 in the summer of '76, Thomas Jefferson 33. George Washington was 44, but that's a few months younger than Chris Evans, a.k.a. Captain America, is right now. And if you want to party like a founder, just come to France's Tavern in New York City. The guy who runs the place, Eddie Travers, says the Sons of Liberty drank, argued, and celebrated right here. And Washington was here for 13 toasts the day British troops finally evacuated the city. The room where it happened.
This is it.
And by it, I mean a lot of drinking.
Yes. We've all seen the bar tab.
He's not kidding. One tab from a different bar, same era, was the equivalent of $15,000 in today's money, more than 120 bottles of wine on top of whiskey and beer for just 55 people, with Washington out on a Friday night. These were celebrations of freedom, but also survival, and you can feel it when you visit.
I think it makes the history more tangible. You can touch it.
Yeah, 100%. We feel it every day. You pinch yourself just to know what, like the conversations that, if you can imagine what had gone on here, like what they were talking about. Like they were talking about what America is today.
So raise a glass this 4th of July and toast George Washington and America, knowing that George Washington would approve. What we learned about America from a visit to an elementary school recently just over the river in Clifton, New Jersey. We were there last week as students celebrated the country's 250th birthday with some historical figures present. And we watched as one of its second grade classes recited the Pledge of Allegiance. Right hands over their hearts, all eyes up on the flag.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We also asked some fifth graders what they think about when they're reciting the pledge and what they love about America.
I'm very proud to wake up every morning and be able to go to school, be able to do everything that I do, because I know some countries are not like this.
America means the land of free, and you could do like anything you put your mind to as long as you work hard for it.
And like when I grow up, I can be whatever I want. Like I really want to be an astronaut, maybe.
I love that America is like this country that's diverse and innovative, and it's really like a land of endless opportunity for people, no matter their race, age, or like their religion.
In the end, what we learned in Clifton is that while it's up to us to teach our children about America, they are also teaching us what it means to be grateful for America. 250 years ago, founding father John Adams predicted we'd celebrate American independence from one end of this continent to the other. And now a group called Relay for America is doing something very close to that, running from one end of the continent to the other in celebration of America and her 250th birthday. They started earlier this month in San Francisco, and they haven't stopped since. They run all day and night in every sort of weather, uphill and down, on quiet back roads and in front of cheering supporters. The goal is simple: to carry a single American flag, that one right there, from coast to coast, arriving in Washington, D.C. on July 4th, just in time for the fireworks. But of course, the meaning is much bigger than that. It started with Joe Nail, a 30-year-old Army National Guard officer, and his running buddy, 24-year-old Wyatt Moss, who've inspired more than 1,000 runners now to join them.
It's encouraging to me to see people show up from across state lines just to join this relay. There's really Americans out there who want to see a unification. They want to see Americans come together.
That's what this relay is all about, is giving people, it's not about politics, it's not about division, it's really simple, uniting Americans 1 mile at a time.
The point, they say, is not to pretend that America is perfect. It's to remember that America is a promise and a responsibility, and above all, like the flag in their relay, something that we all carry forward together.